What's going on, guys? Tails86 here with Wii-kly Review, and today we're going to be reviewing a DSiWare title that is just booming with content, because this one that I'm currently speaking about is one of the longest video games I think I've ever seen, especially on a handheld. Now, like I said, we're going to be doing this on the DSi, and the game that we're going to be talking about is a game called Alpha Bounce. Now, this game is a brick-breaking game with RPG elements and everything, so let's go ahead and go straight to the game and talk about what's so special about it. Okay guys, this is Alpha Bounce for the DSiWare that was made by Mad Monkey Studios. And basically, like I said before, this is a brick-breaking game mixed with RPG elements. So let's go ahead and talk basically about what this game is about. You are a prisoner aboard this spaceship, and basically your objective is to try to free the entire solar system, galaxies, and everything of aliens that are trying to disrupt everything that's going on in the universe. Now, the way you are able to do this is using your ship and using certain balls and certain other things to be able to make your ship more powerful and make your attacks more powerful. So let's go ahead and show off a couple things of customization in the game. Okay, so here is the first portion of the screen where you can do lots of different customizations and different types of envelopes, which are these things right here. Now, as you can see, I only have 2 envelopes right now because this game is one of the longest games, like I said, that I've ever seen, ever created. This game alone has 25 million levels. You heard me right, 25 million levels. You have over 100 different upgrades, and as well as many other things. So as you can see, I've gotten pretty far as the amount of equipment that I can use, and we'll go ahead and go through each of these different types of equipment. So we have this one right here, which is, try that again. We have a standard laser right here. This one is a twin laser. We have a standard cannon. We have the standard missile launcher. We have a Raphael missile launcher, a nuke missile launcher, and then you have your drilling balls. Now you can use different types of them and be able to equip them just by dragging and dropping them. As you can see right there, I went ahead and dragged and just dropped it right there. And then if I want to go ahead and use a different ball, just drag and drop as well. As I said before, when you start out, you have 25 million levels. Each of these squares represents a level. You can move your ship just by touching on a touchscreen to where you want to go, and your ship will move there, and you can be able to go to that area and play it. Now also, before the loading screens are going, it'll tell you some stuff about like the game, like the unique human colony of the Demurian system. Solmadias is a rock planet rich in liquid water and stuff. They kind of just give you a brief summary of what all the planets that you're going to in the different areas. So here's basically how the game will look. You have the bricks up here, you have your ball and your ship up here. All you have to do is watch and make sure that you move your ship within the area that you need to be able to stop the ball from moving somewhere else. Now, if you have, like how I have a magnet ball, which makes it so when I'm moving the ball, if it comes back down to my ship, it will attach to my ship until I let go of the button. Now, you'll get this power up later on in the game. Of course, like I said, I've still not beaten this game. It is way too long, and there's just no way that you can beat this game in your lifetime. And no person in this world could beat it in their lifetime. But you have different types of power-ups, like you see right here. I've got a barrier one, I've got a yoga one where I'm just bouncing up and down and everything. So certain power-ups will help you. Some of them will kind of be a little bit of an ass to you, but it just depends on which route you're going for. So now we have a pyromancer, which basically just takes out a couple things and drops a couple more power-ups. Now we have chaos field, which makes it so your ball will not be able to escape like it normally would when you would miss it. Like that right there. It went ahead and bounced right back up. But you have, like I said, hundreds of different upgrades and tons of different types of attacks that you can use against these aliens. So it does get repetitive, I will say that, but it is a very fun game, and it's one that will keep you busy for a long time. If you're one that gets bored easily, this will keep you busy for a while if you want to try to have fun with the game. Now this one's called the Kamikaze Attack, and it takes out everything, like almost everything on screen. And again, there goes the Pyromancer. Now here we go, now we're starting to get fun. We're starting to have a bunch of different balls and being able to use different types of attacks now. Now like I said, you can have certain attacks useful for different attacks. Like I'm using this one called the Javelin right now, which is basically like a big old Kamehameha that just blows the crap out of anything. And I needed that Chaos Field to be able to beat this level. And beat it. Nope, didn't beat it yet. Now I did. There we go. So that's basically in a nutshell what the game is like. Now, as I said, if you wanted to actually make it so you can upgrade more, you can go to different areas and you can try to grab these upgrades, like these ones right up here that I can't reach yet. You have to go through each of these squares to be able to get to that, beat the level, and then you'll gain that power up to use for your ship. So guys, that's basically just in a nutshell what the game is basically like. Now, you can buy this game if you wanted to on the DSiWare service for 500 points for $5. And I mean, it's a really good game. I mean, it does have a lot of repetitiveness to it if you're not a real big fan of brick-breaking games like I am and certain other games, but I mean, I would try it out at least once. I mean, it's $5. I mean, you're getting 25 million levels, you're getting tons of upgrades and tons of extra content, and it's really a really fun game. And I mean, I would really recommend it to anyone who really likes playing on the go. So anyway guys, thanks. Okay guys, now it's time for Weekly Reviews to go ahead and start answering y'all's questions that you asked me for last week's video. So here are the questions. First question comes from Super Baseball Dude 12, who asks, my question is, are you a fan of the Mario Party series? I only have played Mario 1, 2, and 4 of the entire series. So I wouldn't say I'm really a huge fan of it. I do like Mario Party 2. I think they made a lot of improvements and stuff, but otherwise I haven't played any other ones except for Mario Party 4. I only played it for about a couple hours though, but I heard it was okay. I didn't play it that long though. Next question comes from Halo Boy JD, which is, what is my favorite video game soundtrack and song? I don't actually have a favorite number one favorite. I actually have like 5 different ones. Super Mario Galaxy's orchestrated soundtrack is amazing. Super Meat Boys is also really good. The Bit Trip series, absolutely amazing. Chrono Trigger, I've always loved Chrono Trigger from the very beginning. Kingdom Hearts is always also really good. Next question comes from Koopa213, who asks, if I had to throw away one of my favorite systems, which system would it be? And honestly, it's a really hard one. That's a really hard question. I would actually have to say the PS3, because if I didn't have to use it also as a my video service and everything for me to put all my videos and stuff up, I wouldn't really keep it. I mean, I would keep it for the Blu-rays and DVDs and for some games, but otherwise if I had to give it up, I mean, I would. What's your favorite game ever? This one is a really hard one because there are so many good games out there that I've fallen in love with that are just really good. If I had to actually pick one of my absolute favorites, it would have to be Super Mario Galaxy 2, if I had to pick it. Now, if I could pick a second one, I would say Yoshi's Island. I loved Yoshi's Island, not the 64 one or any of those other ones like the Super Nintendo or the remade one on the Game Boy Advance. What's my favorite Tails appearance in a Sonic game? One of my favorites was when he first came into Sonic 2. He's always been my favorite character. I mean, despite him being a two-tailed fox and everything. I mean, I think he's just a really cool character. Despite that, how he's so different. I mean, we're all different in a way, just like I am. I mean, I'm not a perfect reviewer. I'm not a perfect game unboxing person, but I mean, I still try to do it because I enjoy it. What is my favorite Sonic game? I would actually have to say between, well, these are going for the Genesis ones only. If I had to go in an actual order for my favorite Sonic games, it would be Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3, Sonic 2, and then Sonic 1. Because I love Sonic 1, but then as soon as they brought out Sonic 2, then Sonic 3, and then Sonic and Knuckles, they went over my expectations for the game, and I loved it. My favorite game ever. That is a very, very hard game. Hard question. If I had to choose what was my favorite video game ever, I would have to say Super Mario All-Stars, because despite even, and I'm talking about the actual SNES version, not the one that was made on the Wii. I'm talking about the original SNES version, because it was 4 Mario games for the price of one, even though they had made another one that made it so that you could be able to play Super Mario World as well, so basically 5 games. But still, I think Super Mario All-Stars is my absolute favorite game. If not that one, then I would also say Chrono Trigger. What is my favorite color? Well, I have basically 3 different colors. I like green, I like blue, and I do like orange, but it depends on what kind of orange. Like sometimes it'll be like a dark orange, sometimes a little bit of a light orange, like a mix with yellow and orange, somewhere within that. One of my favorite video reviews that I've ever done is a pretty hard one. I think one of my favorite ones that I've ever done was for Super Mario Kart, because that one just reminded me so much of my old days when I used to go to see my cousin and my sister. Me and my sister would go to my cousin's and just go and play that at my aunt's house and everything. It was a lot of fun. We used to always go by there. We used to play that. We used to play Super Mario World. We used to play Mario Paint. And we just played a lot of his older games, and that's kind of the reason why I went ahead and bought me a Super Nintendo to have just for nostalgia. One of my favorite video game unboxings, I would actually have to say, would be for my Hori Fight Stick when I first got it, because I had seen so many people have fight sticks, arcade sticks, and everything like that. And when I finally got that fight stick, I was like, oh my god, it is so awesome. Now, I mean, I've had some other great unboxings, and I will be having some probably better ones, but for right now, the Hori Fight Stick is my favorite one. My favorite game for the PlayStation Portable would have to be Popolocrois. Favorite game for the PS2 would have to be Kingdom Hearts 2. PS3 favorite game would have to be between Infamous and BioShock. Super Nintendo would have to be between Super Mario World and Tetris Attack. The GameCube, I would actually have to say between... For GameCube, I would actually say F-Zero GX, Super Mario Sunshine, and for the Metroid Prime series from the GameCube series. Nintendo Wii titles, Okami would be one of them, Super Mario Galaxy 2. One of my favorite DS games I would actually have to say would be the Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, because they did it perfectly well. It was just a really good game. Game Boy and Game Boy Color ones. The original Super Mario Land 2 6 Golden Coins was one of my favorites on the Game Boy. And for Game Boy Color, I would actually have to say Metal Gear Solid. The original Metal Gear Solid that came on the Game Boy Color. My favorite Game Boy Advance game would have to be Yoshi's Island. Thank you guys all for your wonderful questions, and I'm hoping to get some more questions later on in the future, so please keep sending me those questions, and thanks again for all the questions and all the views that y'all give me, all the subscribers, everything, because y'all are the ones that made me get this far. So thank you again. Take care.